Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! I hope you Descendants and Zombies fans are having a wonderful Friday the 13th. We will celebrate Friday the 13th all over again this time next month. We are 1 month away from the next Friday the 13th on the yearly calendar. And I can't ever remember a time where two Friday the 13ths have happened back to back. It's kind of really freaky. Thank you guys so much for spending your Friday the 13th with me. Coming up tomorrow, we will celebrate Valentine's Day 2026. I hope you guys have plans for Valentine's Day. And if you don't, that's okay, because you can spend your Valentine's Day with this YouTube channel, because tomorrow we will be honoring the release of Zombies 2 and several videos that will be uploaded all throughout Valentine's Day happening this year. And I'm so excited to spend it with you guys, because this coming week we have so much to be celebrating. We have the premiere of the Descendants Zombies Worlds Collide Tour concert special, which I know many of you are counting down the hours, literally too, because you guys attended the Worlds Collide Tour. You one-upped me, and you got the better of me because you had the chance to attend the Worlds Collide Tour. You guys are the coolest fans ever, and you're certainly some of the most appreciative fans ever in terms of content. I am the greatest Descendants of Zombies YouTube content creator of all time, because of each and every one of you. It had nothing to do with how I wanted to qualify for monetization opportunities or the YouTube partnership program. It had everything to do with how I wanted to connect with you and how I wanted to relate with you through creating relatable content, sharing with you my favorite songs from the Descendants of Zombies soundtracks, my favorite characters who I loved with all of my heart. And when I say I loved them with all of my heart, I truly supported them from beginning to end. I wanted them to see it through, and I like to believe that some way or somehow my contributions to Descendants of Zombies, and your contributions to Descendants of Zombies most of all, will never be forgotten. You guys are the reason why everything is happening the way it has for Freya Skye. You guys are the reason why Kylie Cantrell believes in herself more than she perhaps ever has, because the one thing about Kylie Cantrell is she is so appreciative of each and every one of you, and she is the most emotional person I think I've ever met in my lifetime and had the privilege of covering. If there was one girl I could go back in time and cover all over again and profile for you guys, it would have to be Kylie Cantrell, because she stole my heart. For how she wanted to be an award-winning artist. She wanted to perform on the Grammy stage, and a lot of people are following suit in Kylie Cantrell's image, because there are people like Liamani Segura who have forever and always had a dream of wanting to perform on the Grammy stage. So I say this in response to that. If she has a dream of wanting to perform on the Grammy award-winning stage, let's make it happen for her. And how we can make it happen for her is raising awareness to just how popular Liamani Segura has become. I am so excited for you guys to have the chance to meet her as part of Descendants 5 with Wonderland's cast, and I'm so excited to give her the praise and the credit that she is forever and always deserved. I remember her very first radio interview, which actually only happened a couple of months ago, several weeks back, and she was so appreciative to hear her song on the radio for the very first time ever, and she was so appreciative to conduct her first ever radio interview. Freya Skye has done several also. She just went home and actually had a radio interview conducted in her home country, and that was a huge honor for Freya. I saw the entire interview in its entirety, and I took away a lot of special moments from that interview, because she had the chance to push the button behind the radio microphone and premiere her song for the first time ever for a lot of people in the UK. That was such a huge honor for her. I've been pushing a button behind a radio microphone for forever, and it's the simplest thing in the world, but I remember Freya Skye being so appreciative of that, and I remember premiering all these beautiful songs through over at least the last 25 years. And the feeling that you get from hearing your song on the radio for the first time ever is truly undescribable. When you hear the first note and the first lyric of your song coming to life for people for the first time ever, especially in front of your home country, on a station that millions of people perhaps listen to, the feeling is truly undescribable. Kind of like the very first moment you guys saw Descendants of Zombies and you became a part of it. You truly felt as if you were part of something special. You allowed me the chance to come into your life and represent you as your voice of Descendants of Zombies, and I've never left. I've had no regrets. I've really had the time of my life creating videos that were so relatable to people that I never thought would have the chance to connect with so many wonderful people and make them feel as if they were a part of something special, because Descendants and Zombies had everything to do with your dreams. If there are millions of fans of Descendants of Zombies, at least probably 25,000 of you have a dream that you would love to see fulfilled, that you would love to see happen for you. And I have this to say to each and every one of you. If there ever was a franchise that encouraged you that a hope and a dream could exist for you and could happen for you in your lifetime, it was Descendants of Zombies. It encouraged you to never give up on yourself, never give up on your dreams, always be there for your friends who have forever and always been supportive of you and your dreams. This is what's so beautiful about Descendants and Zombies. This is something I never saw from the Hannah Montana franchise, or I never got from High School Musical, or any franchise for that matter, from the Disney company, because it was always about promoting music and a soundtrack and an image, and Descendants and Zombies just kind of happened from out of nowhere. It was a concept developed in a board meeting one morning at Disney where 500 executives said, what if we had villain kids represent the Disney villains that had achieved so much severity and were so iconic for over hundreds of years and brought them to life? And then people like Dove Cameron, Sophia Carson, Kylie Cantrell donned the characters and brought them to life in a way that we all felt a part of something special. We truly felt connected to this incredible journey that we've been on for what feels like forever. Because I don't know about other YouTube creators and how they feel about it, and I can't speak for them, but I do know that I feel like I've been on an incredible journey for what feels like forever for me, and it's a journey that I've never wanted to be over, a story that I've never wanted to see its dramatic conclusion. And I absolutely hate how people refer to conclusions as dramatic. Every single time it comes to something having to do with Disney, it's got to be a dramatic conclusion. No, it doesn't. And I think whatever we believe in as fans, and as this fandom collectively, that's what's forever and always mattered, because your love and support always comes to the forefront and outshines any criticism that stars like Kylie Cantrell, Freya, Skye may have faced early on in life, because even with how much criticism they have faced, they still have a fair share of criticism to face, because they still have a long way to go. I have had this conversation, I can't even tell you how many times I've had this conversation with my family, with my friends, about how their kids, because many of them have kids now and they're married, still have a long way to go. I'm probably the only guy in my friendom that's never had a family or kids of his own. But I've had so many incredible honors aside from having the honor to have a family or kids of my own. I had the honor to create content for wonderful people. And the thing was, guys, I'll let you in a little secret. This has been the most fun of my life and every opportunity I've ever had in my career. I've been doing this for over 25 years, and many of you have come to know me for a guy who's been doing this for a very long time. So hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about, and you think that I know what I'm talking about. All I've ever wanted to do is just create something special and give something special back to the Descendants of Zombies fandom, because you guys deserve something better than what you've been watching for a very long time. And I just wanted to be that respectable guy who could sit here for hours and talk about Descendants of Zombies. Because when you win the hearts of every fan of Descendants of Zombies and you give them hope that there will be a release window suggested for Descendants and Zombies collectively, when you give them hope that storylines are going to be witnessed that we may have never seen before, characters that we've dreamed upon for forever, you truly have a feeling that is undescribable within your heart, because you know that you may have touched the heart of somebody who is just as big of a fan of it as what you are. Because how this all started for me, I was a fan of everything Disney was promoting, probably from the early 1980s right up until the late 2000s. And I've had the honor to be a part of and experience everything when it came to being a Disney fan or being a part of the Disney fandom. There is nothing quite like being a Disney fan or being a part of this fandom, because everybody within it is incredibly supportive of how you feel. They're always there for you every step of the way. And I feel like some of the very first subscribers that I've ever had are forever and always with me, because they've forever and always supported this YouTube channel. You forever and always stay here because you yourself believe in this story just as much as what I have. And I've had so much fun telling you my version of this story, which many people have attempted to try to do. And I often say attempted very lightly, because it doesn't seem like that same appreciation is coming from people who talk about Descendants of Zombies or create AI videos or fake teasers. It's pretty much how they want you to feel with every video that's uploaded. I've certainly taken away a greater appreciation from your favorite stars, their stories, and I've loved reviewing them. Because when it came to seeing these short videos that people like Kylie Cantrell and Freya Skye would upload on their YouTube channels just to try to relate to you and connect with you on a personal basis, that's what was so fun for me. I very quickly understood why Kylie Cantrell was so emotional. I know there have been a lot of rumors about how Kylie Cantrell was feeling because of relationships and what have you, but that's the internet for you. People will start rumors because of anything. But I think how people feel about Kylie Cantrell is certainly no reflection on who Kylie Cantrell is as a person, because she's just as beautiful as each and every one of us. She is just as beautiful as some of the biggest stars in the world. I would put her up against stars like Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, any night of the week, and I would bet on Kylie Cantrell more than I ever would Taylor Swift. I know there are millions, hundreds of millions of people who love Taylor Swift. There are over 78 million people following Taylor Swift on social media. But that doesn't tell me anything about Taylor Swift. what tells me everything about a person is how they take the time to connect with their audience. And 15 years ago, Taylor Swift may have connected with her audience, but I don't see that as much as what I do from Kylie Contrell or Dove Cameron. These are stars who have forever and always wanted to be in the spotlight and share that spotlight with you. And it seems to me like people like Taylor Swift are taking it for granted. And I may be the only one who feels that way about this, but the thing is, I know there are more people out there that have to feel that way too, because I think that the same opportunities are being presented to the same 4 or 5 celebrities all the time. I say this because I believe we have to give more of a chance to people like Kylie. We have to believe in more people like Freya, Skye, because when we do, only magical things are going to happen for them. The Worlds Collide Tour concert special is just one way of looking at it or perceiving it. We still have so much to be excited about for the futures of Descendants and Zombies, and I have never felt more honored to be a part of these futures with each and every one of you. I have never felt more excited to share my story with you about how I became a fan of Descendants and Zombies, because this truly has been an incredible opportunity for me. To be able to connect with you about how I felt about Ruby Rose Turner, guys, I was so excited to know that Ruby Rose Turner was going to be a part of the Descendants franchise. I have forever and always held on to that belief that Ruby was going to reemerge somehow and find her way back into the franchise. It has yet to happen, and it's forever and always remained a wish of mine. But I say this because I've always believed that Ruby Rose Turner had a story that was far from having been told and completed. Now, many people out there probably believe that Ruby Rose Turner's purpose was fulfilled with Descendants and Zombies, but I refuse to let go. Ruby just offered something that was so incredibly beautiful to this franchise that you couldn't stop but, get enough of. And the thing was, Ruby was just so genuinely sweet. She was so appreciative of every opportunity and every chance that she ever had, because she always had this desire to want to entertain. Either in live-action Disney series or in movies, she always wanted to entertain each and every one of you and put smiles on your faces. And how can somebody never want to get enough of that? The thing is, Ruby Rose Turner has always and forever held a very special place in my heart, and she will continue to hold a very special place in my heart for many years to come, because I would like to believe that 15 years from now, we're still going to be having these conversations about Kylie and Freya, and I'm still going to be as forever supportive of them as I am now, if not more. I give you guys my word that you guys will forever and always have me as a part of these franchises, regardless of who comes in and out of these franchises and sees the exit sign from far away in the distance. You guys will forever and always have me as a part of this franchise, because we have had to say goodbye to so many incredible stars from Descendants and Zombies' lore for far long enough. And I think you guys deserve consistency in your lifetime. And what I mean by consistency from being a fan of Descendants and Zombies and in your lifetime are stars that you will always feel connected to and feel a part of. Because you guys took something special away from every star that you may have ever had in the Descendants franchise. And if there was one guy out there that took away a certain degree of appreciation for that, it was this guy. I had never felt more honored to hear your stories of how big of fans you were of Kylie and how big of fans you were of Freya. And I've more recently been hearing more stories about how people have been so supportive of Freya, Skye. It truly blows my mind. I have been left at a loss for words for how people have felt about Freya, Skye. And I'm here to tell you guys, as long as you guys love and support Freya, Skye, I'm going to love and support Freya, Skye too, if you're cool with that. Because I think you guys deserve a voice and a radio show host and a blogger who actually knows what he's talking about and can put videos together that actually make sense to fans of this franchise who want to know more about the release dates, the secrets behind the scenes of Descendants and Zombies, that sometimes are over-exaggerated by other critics who don't really have that same level of appreciation that I've forever and always carried with me. I have a level of appreciation that's so high for everything as you can get from my YouTube backdrop with all my stuffies and my Mickey Mouse display here. I have so much fun bringing these videos to life just to give people hope, and with the hope that I'm touching somebody's heart for every video that I've ever created. Now, that may involve a guy shooting videos from his haunted house, but I've loved living here, and I think this island presents a perfect setting for Descendants and Zombies to be filmed, and it's beyond me why they didn't choose this location to shoot Descendants and Zombies, because I think they would have taken away a greater appreciation from the scenery with how authentic it was. There's a forest behind my house. It's really beautiful. The moon is always beautiful at night. When the stars come out in the sky, I always look at these constellations, and I'm always awake late at night looking at the stars and the constellations, because the reality of life is we all look at the same moon and we all look at the same constellations, and somewhere out there, there is somebody lying awake who has a dream and a hope and a wish for Descendants of Zombies. And I've forever and always appreciated how you felt about Descendants of Zombies, because I wanted you to feel connected to these franchises perhaps more than ever before. And you know something, some way or somehow, everybody feels more connected to Descendants and Zombies because of this channel and how I felt and how you heard my story. You guys took a chance on me and you let me share with you my story about how I was a fan of Descendants and Zombies, and that was the most rewarding feeling that I could have ever been presented with. That was an honor of my own to be presented with, to have the chance to share with you my story about Descendants and Zombies, because nobody ever took me seriously for being a Disney fan. But the thing is, the Descendants fandom supported me from the very first video that was ever uploaded here, and I can never seem to say thank you enough. I'm looking forward to celebrating Valentine's Day this coming Saturday with you guys. That's less than 24 hours away. We have celebrated Friday the 13th, 2026, and next month we will do it all over again because there's a Friday the 13th happening in March, the second one, and I'm really excited to celebrate that with you guys as well as every other milestone that we will encounter along this journey we've been on discovering our passion for Descendants and Zombies, because even with how many people love Descendants and Zombies, there are people who are just relatively new to this franchise introducing themselves to these characters for the first time ever, and we can help them out with that. We can let them know that this YouTube channel is where the party's at, and we're really having the time of our lives, because I can't lie to you guys. I've had the time of my life meeting each and every one of you and putting these videos together for you. The collaborative process of these videos is nothing short of phenomenal. It falls as nothing short of phenomenal because every single time I've ever had the opportunity to share these stories with you guys, I've taken full advantage of them. I've really seized these opportunities because I've loved being a part of it and having this chance, because I never imagined that I would go on to achieve so much recognition or rarity or everything else tied in with it and be the host of the most popular Descendants of Zombies unofficial podcast of all time. If you were to tell me 15 years ago I would be the host of the most popular Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time, I probably would have never believed you, but 15 years later, here we are, and we have over almost 4,000 people subscribed here who believe in Descendants of Zombies with all of your heart. Thank you so much for being with me from the very beginning and never having quit on me, and always seeing something special in everything I've had to say and share with you guys about these franchises, because I'm just as excited with you guys for Descendants 5 Book Wonderland. I'm just as excited about Zombies 5, and I believe it's going to happen. And if you want to be given a chance to believe in this more than ever before, then perhaps you should run your finger across that subscribe button. I've always wanted you guys to subscribe, and I love seeing the subscriber count of this YouTube channel going up all the time because it lets me know that there's a fan of Descendants of Zombies out there who appreciates these content and appreciates these videos. And the feeling that you get from the level of appreciation you receive from the Descendants of Zombies fans all the time from this fandom is unlike anything that I've ever experienced, because I've experienced pretty much everything in my lifetime, and I've had the honor to be a part of every momentous time and milestone in a celebrity's life. But I have never seen girls come into our lives like the stars of Descendants of Zombies and have such an impact and leave a forever imprint on each and every one of our hearts. It was truly something special for me to be a part of, and an opportunity and a chance that I took full advantage of and I really seized, and one that I know that I will never ever forget. Because once you have the chance to meet hundreds, if not thousands, of Descendants of Zombies fans because of your channel, that's when you know you've accomplished something. That's when you know you've set out to accomplish your goals and your dreams and achieve them. And that's when you know you've created something special. And you've given back to every fan of Descendants of Zombies. And that's all I've ever wanted to be a part of, is giving back to this community, giving back to this universe in a way that no other YouTube creator has ever given back to Descendants of Zombies fans ever before. Because you will never witness a YouTube channel to achieve so much recognition or rarity quite like this one. And I've had the time of my life. It's really been a life-changing experience, and one that I know that I will never ever forget and hold close to my heart for many years to come, because we still have a long way to go. We still have a long way to go because there are people who have forever and always wanted their questions answered, and we're going to do the best to answer every single one of them for you guys, and we're going to get there, and we're going to get there together, because there is no better way to experience the Descendants of Zombies franchises than by getting there together and holding it close to our hearts for forever and always. This has become the greatest honor of my YouTube career as a YouTube content creator, and I've had so much fun creating videos that I could only hope would touch each and every one of your hearts, because I know that people upload these videos every night about Descendants of Zombies because they believe their channels are the best, but they are far from what this YouTube channel has become, everybody's favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. With that having been said, thank you so much for choosing to spend your Friday the 13th, 2026 with me. It has been my honor to share with you my story about how I became a fan of Descendants of Zombies and to have my voice heard and seen by more people than ever before, and hopefully to have touched your heart through the stories that I've shared with you guys on this YouTube channel, because I've had the time of my life. Thank you so much for having chosen this YouTube channel every single time as your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Happy early Valentine's Day to everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Friday the 13th, as we still have a few hours remaining, but we still have a long way to go with this story, because this story is far from over, because this story has never had to be over and should forever and always hold a very special place in our hearts. Thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. I, of course, am the most honored and celebrated Descendants of Zombies YouTube content creator of all time who has ever created a Descendants of Zombies video. Of course, my name is Jonathan Clarke. It's forever and always my honor to meet each and every one of you and to be a part of each and every one of your lives. Don't forget to hit my subscribe button and to ring my bell for every time I upload. And we will pick up this conversation from where we left it off bright and early tomorrow morning between 8:35 and 9:05 a.m. because this is the YouTube channel that has become everybody's favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time and one of the greatest to ever do it. Thank you so much for having loved Descendants of Zombies with all of your heart, and thank you so much for having watched this video.